Don't break anything filming, please.
I just got back from Dieng Trail Run, ATM race number 4 this season. So far, my season didn't go that well. Yeah, this is the last attempt to collect points to get into the final. This is an official Asia Trailmaster point race, which means a lot of fast guys going to show up. So we have from Indonesia, Rizky Kurniawan, one of the rising stars. Then we have Arif Wismoyono, I think the most accomplished trail runner in Indonesia. Another guy from Bandung who is maybe not that known yet. His name is Kasmana, he trains with Arif. Really solid guy in the mountains. We do have Chris Timms from Singapore. The race had a midnight start, which you know, it's not my favorite. I prefer to run in daytime. Just after the start, you climb up the first 300 meters, and then it's a very technical, slippery, almost 1,000 meter down.
So 7 kilometers in. This is the infamous descent from Mount Bismo.
I think by the bottom of the downhill, I was maybe like 5th or 6th place, so it wasn't good. And I lost another 2 places, I think, between there and aid station number 2. So, you know, 2 hours in, I was running at 8th place. Was not really what I was hoping for. If you want to support the channel, please subscribe below. And then something changed. A few runners ahead of me took a little bit a wrong turn, so they came back, and all of a sudden I was back.
I was in 8th place. Man.
Well, mate, there's 3 of us.
Yeah. Are you in the lead, or you like the behind?
No. I was about 3rd or 4th. But...
Yeah, well, now you're behind me. So this is all I see in the middle of the night. Kilometer 20. I think I'm just 100 meters behind Chris Timms, which is unusual.
We kind of found out we worked pretty well together in that night. So we kept going together. By then, we heard at the checkpoint that there's only another 3 guys ahead of us, which is super exciting. So we are running in number 4 and 5, and we still had roughly 25 kilometers to go. So things were looking really well. A few aid stations later, Chris Timms and me, we're still together. So I think by then we get this idea, it's like, maybe we can finish this together. That was the initial plan. It worked until the last checkpoint, or later than the last checkpoint, and on top of the last mountain. We were still together, but then I needed to stop because the pace we were going was pretty aggressive, so I needed to take care of my legs, because by then I was cramping up a little bit, and I had to let Chris go. Luckily, within 5 minutes I was good again, and decided give everything and try to catch it before the finish line. So I went down the hills like a madman, and you enter the village, and then it's, I think, another 1.5 kilometers, a straight asphalt. I could see him in the distance, so that gave me more motivation to push harder, and I almost caught him. I almost caught him before the finish line, had like maybe 40 meters behind him. And I mean, he is such a great sportsman. He waited in front of the finish line. So to give us the joint finish we were talking about earlier on. So Chris, thank you very much. That is definitely a night out in the mountains I will always remember. Luckily, we both got a lot of ATM points. So yeah, I'm super stoked. My dream to make it on Team Indonesia for the Asia Trailmaster final is still alive. Looking very forward to upcoming races. The next one is just around the corner. It's in 3 weeks from now. Bali Ultra Trail at Mount Batur in Bali. So it's an area I know very well, and I also had a look at the entry list. A lot of really fast runners going to show up.